Hey guys, I'm Captain Duck and this is DFVIDTUTS2015. In this episode I'm going to try and explain the basics of trading and crafting. We'll make some trade goods, we'll carve some stuff out of rock and try and sell them to the traders. And I think that should be about the end of the basics video series, and then I can go into, well, more wiki-ized, smaller videos. But let's start. Last time at the end we got our fortress up and running, and well, our defense up and running. We have 2 bridges, and down here we did not do much. I'm digging out a whole lot though. I'm preparing so we can make a lot of rooms for here and keep it a little bit easy. But I want to start off with this. We started already a little bit. We made some mechanics and put all of our dwarves on mechanics, and I want to continue and make my standard crafting level, which is something I do often in streams and other places as well in the past. And it's a really good start. If you're going to watch war streams and stuff by me, I really should explain this again. I've done it before, but we'll do it again. That's fine. That's what the series is all about. We also saw in the previous streams the traders, which were around, and they came, but I didn't mess with them because I wanted to do it in a separate video. I built a trade depot, and I guess I should tell you how to do that again, just to be sure. And you build that with B and capital D, or B shift D. It's a big 5x5 building. I've built it in the corner here. It takes like 3 objects, like 3 logs, which is what I've made it out here. And if you build that in your fortress somewhere, and it's accessible for wagons, then you can trade. So for keeping trading, if you want to trade, that is important to know. And you can check if your depot is actually accessible by pressing the capital D button or Shift D. And there you can see. Here the green D's are actually where the thing is, the depot is. The green W's is where they can actually go, and they can't go under that axis. So now you can tell where, if you've made that properly. And they'll go over bridges just fine. They just need a 3x3 area. It's a 3x3 object, just like the wagon you started out with. And that's gonna fit over your bridges, so keep that in mind while designing your fortress. You need to get the trade wagon somewhere. Also, this wagon we have in the beginning, I don't need any more now. Let's dismantle it, so all the stuff which is in there will be brought inside. Well, there's still some more stuff that needs to be done before that will move inside, but actually, let's leave that for our next video. I'll make another video with another basics video with moving all your necessities inside, because that is an important one as well. Okay, but crafting. So we've built a trade depot. It is accessible, but we don't have anything to trade with yet. So let's go to this level and go make that standard crafting level that I usually do. And well, let's start with a couple of things. What we're going to start with is the craft dwarfs. That's the most important thing in crafting, for trading as well. Make that somewhere that's to be sure that's BWR, and I like to make at least 3 of them and put them in a location like that. Now that will also need some stockpiles, and I'm going to do something special with that, which I usually do. And make 2 of them. And the craft works with a specialized stockpile that's the finished goods stockpile. And what I like to do nowadays is make 2 special stockpiles and set them up so the good items will be sorted near to the craft dwarfs, because they'll grab an item, try to improve it maybe, and put it down, but what they're going to go for is the closest item they can find. So I'm going to set these 2 stockpiles, change them up a little bit, so the good quality items end up closer to the craft dwarfs, and that should make my trading way more worth much more money. So let's set that up. I'm going with Q to the stockpile, S to change the settings, and in there is the finished goods stockpile here. What I'm going to do now is change the quality options here. This one is closer to the stockpile, so I'm going to turn off the 3 lowest quality items. Since I've done that for both categories here, and now only superior quality, exceptional, masterworks and artifacts will be stored in the leftmost stockpile. Now let's do the same with the right here, but let's remove the high quality ones from that. And there, done. Now all the finished goods I have will be sorted between these two stockpiles, and that should make trading things a whole lot better. Well, we're on the subject here of building things. Let's also move on with the jeweler, which is another important thing. To make your goods which you craft worth a lot more. And well, that's with BWJ. That's the jeweler's workshop. I'm going to place a couple of those here. J again, and just to be sure, that's BWJ for the jeweler. And make them out of anything, doesn't really matter much which materials you build any of the workshops out of. And that needs some workshops as well, or some stockpiles even. Specifically the gem stockpile. What I like to do is, it doesn't need to be that big. Gems are not that big. You can put like a ton of them in a barrel, like hundreds of them. So this size stockpile is more than fine enough. And I don't think I need to change any of the settings on that, so that's fine. Okay, well, let's continue on. We'll show off how those jewelers work when they're built in a second, but let's first finish my standard crafting level here, what's not really necessary for crafting for the traders is furniture, but well, you'll need to make furniture. We've got the carpenter outside here for making stuff out of wood, but we don't want that yet. Of Twister we do want that, but we also want stone stuff. Stone goods, stone furniture is a lot easier to work with, so let's also make that. And that's a mason. That's BWM for mason, and make that out of everything. So again, BWM gives you the mason. Build it, and that's fine. Now, both of these stockpiles will need something else, and that's a stone stockpile. And I told you never should make a stone stockpile just like that, because it gives a lot of problems with sorting and hauling and gives way too much jobs. I'm going to make one for here though, and that is, yeah, so things will be hauled here, but this way it's not that big. I'm also going to set it so it's it won't take every type of rock, because yeah, that would take ages, and then I'd like having all my my stuffs out of the same type of rock. So let's try that, and let's see what type of rock for that stockpile I should use, because I've been digging here. There's a whole lot of rock rooms here, and there's a whole lot of rocks here, even though we can't see them because I've hidden them. Maybe I should show that out again as well. We've talked about that before. That's DBH. Yeah, that's it. There's all sorts of rocks hidden on this floor. I've just hidden them so building looks a lot easier. That's DBH and DB capital H to unhide them. So I could do that here. And if I turn it off now, you can see there's some rocks here. Let's keep them hidden. I like them hidden. So BWH, no, DBH. Come on, duck. H in. So they're hidden, but yeah, there are rocks on these floors. Is what I was trying to say at least. And let's see, this will probably all be microcline rock. Looking with K at walls now to see, yeah, what this stuff is made out of. So I've got microcline. This is granite, 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 granite. Well, that's good. Granite's a good rock to build stuff out of. It's I think also flux, And there's also some jet in claystone here. Well, that's fine. I think we'll just go with granite for now. And oh, something happened. Migrants have arrived. Huh. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll need more migrants anyway for the jobs. Also, I need to set a hotkey. Let's do that. Let's make a hotkey. This will be F5. So now I can easily view back here. So granite. Let's go into the options of the stone stockpile. That's yeah, QS. Going here over the stockpile. And let's turn everything off in the stone stockpile. You really should not have a stone stockpile with everything on. Now let's find granite, which should be in here somewhere. It's not a flux stone, otherwise it would be economic. Here it is, it's under other stones. I'll just quickly turn granite on. And yeah, now dwarves, when they arrive, when they have some time, they'll grab granite rocks and put them in the stockpile. Also, the dwarves are starting to build all these other workshops at the moment. Okay, oh, one thing that is important while hauling rocks around, this is a slow job, like a really slow job. Let's see if we can find someone doing that. So maybe we'll take a look with the J menu. Anyone doing a thing with the stone stockpile at the moment? Not really. That's a shame. That will show up. Anyway, it is slow. If you're carrying a big rock around, a rock which is made out of one tile, basically. So what's going on? I thought I had the game paused. Oh, I got the Fey mood. Okay. That should probably have its own little episode. Yeah. Well, or maybe not. It is fitting in with this. Let's see if it's maybe an easy one. Fey moods is something which happens every once in a while. A dwarf will go mad. He'll go claim a workshop, and here he claimed one of my craft workshops. So well, then it's fitting at least. And they'll go mad, and they'll want some items. Yeah, but I was about to tell about wheelbarrows. Oh well, let's see. He wants some items. Let's handle this now. We'll go back into stone hauling in a second. And he says he must have logs. And I can see this by queuing over him. If this happens... So yeah, a mood happens. A dwarf then claims a workshop. And yeah, you're struck by a mood. He claims a workshop. And then you need some items. He'll grab those automatically. If you have all those items, there won't be any problems. If you don't have all the items, there will be a problem. He'll slowly go mad, and that might turn up nasty. He might kill someone else, or he might commit suicide. It's that bad. If he gets a mood like that, you need to take care of it. You really should. So this guy, he wants logs. Well, that should be easy. I should have logs around. Looks like I don't have much wood at the moment. I think we gave some orders for wood cutting to be done. So as soon as some trees are cut down, he should get his logs and he should be happy. It could be that he will be asking for different things in your fortress. Could you ask me for gems, for cloth, for stones, for anything? There's a whole big list. And what I guess I should show you is the tutorial. Fortress Wiki. Just had it there a second ago. Dwarf Fortress Wiki. And if you look at mood here, you'll find a page about the strange moods. And here is a list of all the things they can have. Now, mine's asking for wood logs, so he just needs wood. But here's the other things they can need: gems, cut and raw, crystal, glass, bone stacks, shells, leather, cloth, skulls. You better have some of these items around. I'll get to producing these items in their own separate videos, like cloth I'll make a separate video for, and leather as well. And we'll handle shell and skulls and bone stacks soon enough. Glass will get its own video, gems will handle now, and metal bars and so on will have its own video as well. But yeah, now at least you know what he'll be looking for. So yeah, if he doesn't have that item, try and get that to him. It should happen now. But, at least if my woodcutter is doing his job. Also need to name some new dwarves. All these are the named dwarves are all Patreon backers, by the way. Who was my woodcutter again? Well, let's find out with the dwarf therapist, because I can't find it like this. He probably has another side job, like mechanic or whatever. Let's start the dwarf therapist. Let's sort by nothing at the moment. Sort by woodcutting. No one has woodcutting, huh? Okay, well, we'll make one of you new dwarves a woodcutter. You, Neil, will be a woodcutter, and I'll give you a name when I pause the video. So he should go out and chop down some trees. And yeah, Dick Rebuttal, you can see he is in red here because he has a mood. I think that's like a new option of the dwarf therapist. Haven't seen it like this before, but that's nice. And that should happen in the background. And well, there's about how you deal with moods, basically. Okay, so what was I talking about before that happened? Oh yeah, stones. You can see some of the dwarves are holding in things here, like Onal here. Onal. We should name the dwarves. He is carrying rocks around, but that takes a long time, and he's using a wheelbarrow here. That's one of the items I told you to make earlier, but let's tell you again. You can make a wheelbarrow at the craftworks workshop, at the carpenter, even and make one with and go to the bottom, which mine is a lot of times, make wheelbarrows. And that will make hauling rocks a lot easier. Then your dwarves will take a wheelbarrow if you have one in the fort, and use that to lift a rock, and that will go a whole lot faster than trying to lift a big rock on your own. Okay, well, some more stuff needs to be done here before I can continue. Oh yeah, I also wanted to make a bone stockpile, and not just a bone style with fleshy bits, nothing which can rot, but just a stockpile here for bones that we can use to carve. Because you can carve things out of bone, you can make bone bolts, is a very good example. And to do that, yeah, I just made a refuse stockpile. That's with BR. It's refuse stockpile. Be careful though if you're doing that one inside. If you build a refuse stockpile somewhere inside, you'll get miasma going out, and that's like, yeah, icky vapors. It's like rotting smell of things. Your dwarves hate that stuff. You should keep it out of your fortress. So what I'm going to do is going to use QS again. Go into the refuse stockpile and take off these top 3 categories: item types, corpses, and body parts. That will make it so only skulls, bones, shells, teeth, horns, hooves, and hair will be stored in this stockpile. And that stuff doesn't rot, so no problems with rotting here. Now, smart thing to do, I have this refuse stockpile outside. Also had this one outside here, refuse stockpile even. And this one does have the useful parts here. Let's remove them. So only the stinky, rotty parts will be here. And when they're outside, well, at least the air can take the air away, and it won't be much of a problem usually. But we'll be moving this stockpile inside later as well, since yeah, here in the top of the fort is a pretty terrible place for it. Okay, I think I'm done for a second. I'm going to let the fortress run for a little bit, and then we're going to explain how to actually use the craftworks and all the workshops we just made. See you in a second. Okay, while I was doing a thing, Dick Rebuttal here actually moved out of his place. He's looking for the object, I think. Let's take a look at what he's doing. He's probably taking a log somewhere out here. Yeah, he took one. And now he's going to bring that back inside to that workshop he claimed. He'll make his artifact item, hopefully. Looks like he wants more logs than one. Oh wow. Yeah, now the game paused again. He's begun his mysterious construction. Okay, awesome. Also, all the stuff here is being stored in, so I think we can move on. Yeah, also name some more dwarves. Dwarf Fox is now that tree cutter, and Dodger is now the trader. Yeah, let's move on with the things here. Let's actually start creating some things to be traded with. And what I usually like to do is make rock crafts forever. So because we'll have a ton of rock to work with, we can do just basically forever. And let's add the craft dwarfs here. Just queue over it to get in there. Then A to add a job. G for rock, or just enter works as well. Then C for crafts, or just enter again. I'm putting an R behind it to repeat it. Now that job will be done forever. And he'll make lots of nice stone crafts. And that will be good for our fortress. Let's take a look at the dwarf therapist though, because this is something you really should take a look at. This is the stone crafting job. And I took Super Gecko with me, which is a good mason / stone crafter. And it's nice that Super Gecko is doing that, but for now on I think I want him to focus on stone crafting. I also want to relieve him from hauling. There you go. So he'll just focus on making all those stone crafts forever. Well, you know what? Do a bit of refuse hauling and food and burial hauling on the side. So construction. So you want don't do construction. She'll do things a little bit easier. And in the meantime, he is done. Anyway, what I've done now is I've made him focus a whole lot more on stone crafting, so he'll hopefully do that constantly and make tons and tons of those rock crafts. Okay, meanwhile, our mood is done. Dick Rebuttal has made add boxosh, a pecan wood bracelet. So he made a nice wooden bracelet out of that. How elfy of you, Dick Rebuttal. That's not very dwarfy at all. Let's take a look at it. We can do that with the L button, and you can see the artifact. I only have one artifact now, so it automatically goes to this one. It's called Sunny Brigands in English. And if you press V on this screen, we can take a look at the description of the artifact. And it's a pecan wood bracelet. It's have the highest quality. There's an image of square cut gems in pecan wood. There's also an image of the esteemed sling, the marble slab in pecan wood. So it's a nice bracelet he made out of wood. How elfy of you, Dick Rebuttal. Okay, now in the meanwhile, since Rockcrafts is on here, let's also put a N here to do the craft task now. Let's see if our friend Super Gecko shows up to start doing that. He should. And should be doing that any second. Well, while waiting for that, let's also set up a jeweler, because you need to do a couple of things in jewelers as well. I've also started with some dueling dwarves, I think. At least one who should do that. One is in the embark profile. Yeah, that's this dwarf. That's Dwarf Dodo. Oh yeah, he's doing the carpentry, woodcrafting and butchery and all those jobs. I should maybe lighten his job load a little bit as well. You know what? Yeah, you don't have to do that anymore. Let's get someone else, a new dwarf here down here. There's one without any metal skills or any good skills. There's a wood burner here. You know what? The wood burner can do it. So I'll have some dwarves to name. Kind of running out of named dwarves though. I have one more dwarf left, so otherwise I would have named the whole list, but there's only so much Patreon backers which have entered the dwarfing naming list, so if you haven't yet, go to my Patreon page. That's here on the Patreon page. Go to the activity page if you have done that already. There you'll find the link to a form where you can sign up to be dwarfed if you've entered the Patreon now. So it's out of date. Okay, so Takandar is now our jeweler, if I've done that correctly. Where did you go, Takandar? There you are. And well, let's set up gems. Let's also give him some glass making for things to make things easier later. And yeah, that's fine. So now Takandar is our jeweler. He'll do all the jeweling jobs. And let's give him an order to cut some gems, because you can't just take a gem out of the wall and stick it into an item. You need to cut the gem first. You do that in the jeweler, so that's Q on the jeweler, A to add a task. And then you get a whole list of gems here, and rocks as well. Don't cut rocks, that's stupid to put granite into there. But we can cut morions, for example. Well, let's do that with C. And yeah, there's more rocks to add, so let's add another one, like chrysoprase. And we'll cut that as well. Now, let's do this a little bit faster, and I know a little bit of a trick for this. Go to this list, and then go to the item you add, then press C, and oh yeah, I forgot the R option. I like to repeat all this stuff. So let's do another one. Go to this option, press C, R, A, plus 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 C, R, A, plus. And I can even go on and, well, I don't want to cut the glazestone here, so that's fine for now. And that'll cut all your gems. When they're cut, we'll be able to encrust them into the finished goods, which we're making here. Looks this like the super gecko is here. He'll create some rock crafts, and well, let's give the here's the jeweler as well. Dwarf Dodo, I think, or Takandar. Sorry, I'm so terrible with names, especially with a game like this. Let's also make sure Takandar is relieved from most of the hauling. You can do some item and refuse hauling and burial on the side though. Okay, and food hauling. Now I'll let the dwarves again create some items, so we'll show them, and then we can encrust them with gems, and maybe a trader will show up as well, so we can show that. Okay, see you guys in a sec. Okay, fun note, another thief just showed up. Looks like we're there, and another one, and another one. Uh-oh. Well, luckily we've seen them, and they're probably fleeing right now, but yeah, there's lots of thieves showing up here. Also, uh-oh. Okay, I thought my hunter here was sick for a second, but he's still just doing his hunting job. He's shooting this poor muskox down here, and bringing that, well, trying to bring that back. In the meanwhile, some gems have been cut, as you can see by the items here. There's actually some cut gems here. There's also some figurines here, and well, let's take a look at them. If you go in with K, you can take a look at the figurine, then with V. And here's a jet figurine, which made by Super Gecko. It relates to the ascension of the dwarf in a roughness soak to the position of king of the beautiful walls in the year 1, the year the world started. So yeah, dwarves made items like that, and that works fine. Now what I should also show you in preparation for the traders is how to make some bins. I was making some more cages and wheelbarrows here. Also making some finishing the rooftop here. So you're still using lots and lots of wood, but I'm cutting down woods as well. But let's show you how to make some extra bins, because that's important. It's AN or A, and somewhere in this list, yeah, here. And that works as well. Bins are well, bins. It's a barrel for stuff, basically. You can put items, multiple items of the same type, in a bin, like gems. I could put probably all these gems which are lying on the ground here in a single tile, if I just had a bin in that stockpile. And since I'm making that one now, one should show up eventually, but I'll probably need a whole lot more bins before that actually happens. In the meanwhile, I also noticed a little thing here, which you probably also noticed. This corpse is still staking here, and that doesn't move. Well, I know the solution. That is to change your options, but I think I'll talk more about that in the next video. That's for now though, a little quick thing is ORO. that will make your dwarves gather refuse from outside. Let's turn that off for a second. I'll talk more about that in the next video, where we're going to try and move all our stuffs inside, so we're safer. Uh-oh, are we crashing again? Of course we are. I forgot about the unload command, which I should tell about in the next video. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, we saved, and everything's fine. Now, about these crashes, I've been having a lot in this tutorial series, but that's, well, a problem of the current DF hack. There's a problem in there. Paradexis was nice enough to tell me it's a problem with the zone plugin in DF hack that actually crashes, and you can unload that with unload zone. And well, let's try that. I haven't actually done that. Let's do that here. Now this should not do a thing in your fortress probably. I have no idea what the zone plugin actually does. Uh-oh. It's still crashing anyway. Maybe you just need to restart. Maybe just unloaded zone just now. I don't know, but that should help. But if you're watching this video in the future, you'll probably will not have this problem. This is a problem which is only with the current version of the lazy new pack, of the DF starter pack. That's the 40_24 starter pack R3. And if you're using any future version of this with a higher number than this, you'll probably be fine and you don't have to do that. But for people who are playing along now, there's a good tip for you. Okay, well, I think about I'm done with all about I can tell about trading for now. Well, except trading themselves, of course. I'll need new merchants to show up to actually trade with them. But it will probably take a while since we just, sent the other ones away. I'll record that later. For you, it'll be in a second. Okay, it took a while, but the traders finally showed up. Actually, I've been doing some other things in my fortress as well, and things are building. But this video was about trading. I've recorded some videos in the meantime, but let's go back to trading. Since the traders arrived, let's actually deal with them this time. And to start off with that, let's start moving our goods to the trade depot. Let's select our crafts from this list. That's kind of what I want to sell to them, nothing else. And oh yeah, if I have shift and down, you can select things easily here and go down and put all the crafts in here. Now all those will be brought here. Now I'll also need a broker to trade with them, and I haven't set that yet, so let's set that. That's a broker. That's to set that, go into the noble menu with N, and then go to the broker, press enter. Now for a starter, your starting dwarf that I put in the embark profile is a great trader, but I already had another one as well. Dodger came up and had some trading skills, so I'm picking him for that. And with that set, we can also request him at the depot. To do that, go Q to the depot, and then R. Oh yeah, and to get to that goods list, press Q on it, and then G to get here. Now, when that is set and I am paused, the trader should come. See the wagons going up the mountain and towards my trade depot. There they'll unload. While we unload, I noticed I forgot to do one more thing with the standard trading, and that is to engrave the gems. And there's some other things we can do here. I've already given up started some orders here. Let's start a couple more. Now, best is to do this from the left. I'll do this again. And I'm doing that because this jeweler stockpile is closest to this good quality finished goods stockpile. So what I'm going to do is give new orders to that with A. So Q, as always, to get into it, A to get a new task. Then we're going to EGA. We're going to select one of these things which has an E on the right. Press E to engrave, G for finished goods, then R to repeat the order, and A to add a new task. Then we can move, And we can do the same with phrase. And if we egra again and again and again and again, we will engrave all our goods with gems, and that puts those gems we cut out into the goods. Unfortunately, they're all being hauled to the trader right now. But if you do this when there's no one trading, yeah, they'll take your hopefully your best goods from the best goods stockpile and encrust gems into them to make them worth more. We can actually do the same as well with bones and whole and shells and skulls and those sort of things, which I should probably tell you as well. To do that, you need to go to a craft stores. Let's cancel that order for now. Let's add new task, and those are those options here. What I usually like to do is to make totems. That's the only thing you can do with skulls. And yeah, that's with RA. And then I like to do these other things as well. Decorate with pearl, RA. Well, you select it with enter, then you RA. You R to repeat it, A to do new task. And now I've done all these things. That will use my ivory horns and pearls. And I could probably also need some more bolts. So I'm going to go into the bolt menu here. Let's Q on the workshop, A to add a new task, then go to bone. And I could either decorate with bone to put bone decorations on the goods I made, which can make them worth even more. In this case, I'm just going to make bone bolts, which is also fine, and make that forever. And with that set up, then yeah, they'll start using all these bones, which can be worth a lot. If you have dragon bones, you put them into an item, that's worth a lot. It's worth a whole lot more than any badger bones or whatever we have here. It looks like wild boars and badgers and bug hares and groundhogs. These are all things which have been brought in by our hunter, basically. Looks like all the items which were in the stockpile have been moved. Those should now be here with the traders. Let's see if we can trade already. You do that with doing Q and then T on them, and yeah, we can trade. Nice. Now we can select the things we've made on the right. I can select either plus enter on a entire goods bin like this, or probably smarter, I don't sell the bin yet. I go for the items in there, and then the easiest option is to hold shift down. The shift down option might be a DF hack thing, by the way. If you're using standard Dwarf Fortress, that might not work in there. But if you're using the starter pack or the play long edition, that's fine. Let's not sell this rope. And maybe not those gems either, because I want to put those in things. I don't want to sell the nest boxes either. Let's see, do sell the bracelets and the crowns, everything out of a rock basically. Earrings, rings. Don't want to sell my quiver. Nest boxes I really want to keep. Yeah, like that. I'm selecting all the stone items in the list basically. This will give me a lot of money to work with, and you see the money down here, the estimated value. You set up a proper broker which actually has some appraising skill, you should be able to see that. If you haven't, if you have just any broker, will probably get it, and you'll be able to see some worth as soon as you start trading like this. Okay, so this is all the stuff I want to trade. This is all the stuff the trader has. Let's grab a couple of things. Grabbing some ropes is nice. It's hard to make ropes on your own. So I'll grab a couple of those. Let's grab some water skins maybe. That's for our military dwarves. Let's not grab the expensive one. Don't need any of that stuff. Now I'm just going through the list and taking some of the things I like. You can also maybe get some more animals like this, like if you trade with the elves. Or, well, I should show at least one animal, how you can get that out of a barrel or a cage. So I got another female turkey. Let's get some of these barrels with drinks as well, but this is an expensive barrel, fuck that. Let's some drinks, here's some extra buckets. We still have tons of money, so that's fine. You can also use page down in the list to go faster. Don't want any armors and stuff yet. Grabbing sandbags will always be nice. Well, we don't have sand in this fortress, but I should show you sand forging, so that's why I'm at least getting a couple of those sandbags. Also take a look out for gypsum plaster in the list. That's what you need for the hospital. So try and get some of that. Maybe some empty bags as well. Now, also nice, buying these cloth bins. We'll be able to use them for clothworks later, and we'll make our own clothes out of them. So I'm buying all of those that I can. Same with leather, we'll make some leather armor out of that. And yeah, let's grab all the stuff. We still have 7,000-ish profits. Or no, the value is 5,000. What I've selected, trader has some profit. He wants at least a third profit, or like a fourth of profit. So since I have 12,000 max, I can probably get around 9,000-ish gold from him. And well, we're still only at 7,000, so going on. This takes a while since he has a lot of these bins, but it's definitely worth it. It's hard to make this stuff yourself. It's way easier to import it. Going down, you could import some gems. Here you can get some anvils. Let's get a couple. If you start at your fortress without an anvil, this is the way to get it. You need to import one. Let's grab all the foodstuffs here as well. Normally we need to press enter twice on this. Really annoying, but if you have shift enter, if you have the DF hack, that becomes a whole lot faster. We're at 9,000 now. Okay, we'll have to remove some things. I do want all the food items though. Let's also get all these leaves, yarns, threads, also all good stuff. Backpacks, I could use a couple of maybe 1 or 2 cheeses for my dwarves to eat, and that's okay. Well, that's 10,000 value, only 2,000 profit for the trader. He probably won't agree with that. Let's see if we can turn off some expensive things. I guess a couple of these cloth bins are really expensive. Like there's one of 600. Let's stop that. Another one of 500. Okay, that's 4,000 profit for the trader, 8,000 worth of value. This will probably work. Oh, let's press T to trade now. Oh, he still doesn't find it okay. Yeah, can't fathom you ending up with all of those items. That means, yeah, I want a better profit. So let's turn off a couple more things. Let's see, another cloth bin. There. That's nearly half profit for you. You should be really happy with that. Press T again. And there goes the trade. He has all the stuff I had now, if you want to buy something back. And I have all his stuff now. Now I'm done with trading. I can press R again, so because the trade is no longer needed. And yeah, I can start moving the goods back as well. There's stuff pending here. And all the items I just bought are in here. They'll be moved out to the relevant stockpiles if you set them up. And yeah, that's about the basics for trading. You've seen a little bit of a starter set of what you can get. Oh yeah, also, here's the request scheme, which I should really tell you as well. This usually shows up in the fall. When you get the traders, you'll get one of the liaisons, and he'll talk to your mayor, or your trader, your mayor actually. And if you press enter, you'll go, and first he'll tell you about the news in the world, and let's see what's going on. Looks like goblins, the plague of dabblers, probably a group of goblins, are conquering sites. And yeah, so this is a pretty warlike world apparently. We should really be careful and set up a military squad sooner rather than later. But yeah, here's some things which have happened in the world, which are just things that happened outside of your fortress, and someone became a mayor. When we're done with this, press A, and yeah, now we can make some requests. Some good requests to make is leather. request all the types of leather, so they'll bring barrels and barrels and barrels of bins and bins and bins of that stuff. Same with cloth. Yeah, I'm using arrow keys for this menu, so that's pretty easy. So I'm getting all the types of leather, cloth, leather and cloth they have. Other good things, just like you can order some more anvils if you're missing some. I'm also getting ordered some wood because I kind of clear cut the place already, and I can just buy some as well from them. Anything else I want? Oh yeah, powders are also good things to get. Gypsum plasters in there, dwarven sugar in there. At least you can use some of them to brew some more beers. Extracts not that important. With anything you want, every item in the game is in here basically. Like sand as well, I'm going to order some because I don't have any sand on my site. And well, you've seen the buttons I'm using here. Minus and plus to go to the categories, arrow keys to select some of these things, and the priority, the more to the right you go, the more you'll pay for it as well. So maybe don't put it all to the right, but a good option is to just keep them at low priority. But the more right it is, the more you'll get of it. So if I put this all the way to the right, we'll probably end up with lots of barrels of yak leather. So yeah, that's the request. If you're done, press escape, and you'll have one more option. You'll see here's all the things you'll get, and yeah, as we've seen the price here, we'll pay 193% for any yak leather. So they'll probably bring a lot, but it might be worth a lot as well. And yeah, the options here are better. Usually this is just what you've got, and the prices you can press escape. The next screen is what they want from you. Yeah, if we go here, press A, here is the list from what they want from us. Goblets, cloths, splints, footwear, rings, armor, plants, figurines, stand, hide and meat. Now, I could go out of my way and maybe make tons of meat so I can sell them back to them, because it is 200%. But what I'm doing now, I'm making decorations. So I press escape to exit that screen. Nothing else we need to do that. What I'm doing is making rock crafts. Crafts can make any of those items basically. Rings, bracelets, you just saw them in the list a whole lot. The toy forges and stuff like that. So that's a toy actually. But yeah, making crafts makes a lot of those things. So I just make crafts forever basically. Sell those crafts. I make crafts forever. Then I engrave them with goods, with gems, and that usually sells for tons. So that's one way to get trading up and running. You can also maybe smelt down some gold, sell that, make gold decorations as well. Gold crafts works fine, but we'll talk about gold and other stuffs when we get to forging. For now, I think I've done enough for this video. You should be able to understand how to craft stuff now, and how to sell that to the trader, and how to get stuff from the trader. Okay, and yeah, that's probably in 45 minutes or something. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, here's a quick little note to show you guys my Patreon. This Patreon is a site where you can give money per month to artists like me, so we get a little bit of more stable income. If you were so nice to do that, you can also get yourself dwarfed. If you pay $1 per month, you can get yourself on the dwarfing list. If you pay 10, you can give me a suggestion for a game to play. I already played FTL because of that. And yeah, here's the dwarfing list. There's some dwarfs in here, so I need a whole lot more. So yeah, please sign up on the Patreon. That's patreon.com/DFVIDTUTS.